Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy and the security edition. Originally, some of these were in the business section, and then I'm like, wait, these are very privacy related. So we have more articles in our privacy section than we usually do. I just didn't want to cut any of those. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive right on in. First, of course, Facebook suspends a plan to launch an Instagram Kids app as critics circle. Of course, Facebook's like, oh no, we're just delaying it for other reasons. This came out literally on the heels of a report coming out like last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, that suggested that Instagram is so incredibly bad for teens that it causes a lot of psychological and emotional issues. And so, of course, Facebook's like, hey, let's just make it suck for the children too, because those are the things that Facebook likes to do. Let's just figure out how to completely screw with and kill and derange the entirety of society. Of course, the idea is to have it a little bit safer so that there's more parental controls on the under 13 age stuff. And this is just bad that Facebook is just starting to addict children younger. This is really the problem. You had addictions. You had a lot of issues with kids being so tied into what's going on the social media that it was causing eating disorders and all sorts of things. I mean, I remember we had our token anorexic in high school, and it's infinitely worse now that everybody's on these social media platforms looking at all this stuff going, oh, I gotta lose more weight. I mean, one of those crazy anorexic, it was an anorexic vegan. We had one of those. She forgets her fork going up there, salad bar. So, yeah, well, she went up to get a fork. I slid a little piece of chicken down there. Like, this woman needs a little bit of protein. She was like so anorexic and vegan. Her entire skin tone was white, and she had that peach fuzz growing over her whole body. Kind of that sign that's like, yeah, you kind of need medical attention. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And so Facebook wanted to launch out another Instagram specifically for children under 13, but a lot of people are saying, probably not a good idea. They're like, well, we're not canceling it because it's a bad idea. We still think it's a great idea. We're just canceling it just temporarily, just because, because we can. Why not? Well, Facebook is trying to addict more children under the age of 13 to social media. China comes out and says, no, we're going to ban you. If you're under 16, we're going to ban you from live streaming. I have to say, I'm kind of on the fence of this one. I think that kids under the age of 16, many of them may not be mature enough to deal with the circumstances of live streaming online. And so in a way, this is a good thing. But on the other side, maybe this should be the parents' decision. But of course, if you're in the craziest communist China, then of course the children belong to the state, so the state can make this call. And so ultimately what this is boiling down to is part of their plan to basically masculinize kids, make them more, more educated, more for the state, more for the party. They're regulating how many games they can play. They're regulating the amount of time online, regulating what they can see. So this is not an unexpected move out of China. And again, I'm kind of on the fence because I think maybe 16 is pushing that limit as to what you should be able to get online and stream about. Let me know your thoughts about this one. Give me some good arguments on both sides. I'm not that I'm ready to team up with China on a whole lot, but yeah, we're starting to see some interesting stuff here. Our whole world's becoming backwards. I mean, China's not the craziest nation right now, so let's moving on. Apple forgot to sanitize phone numbers for lost Airtags. So basically, this is a way that you can harvest and grab and steal data from people. The way it works is there was the old way of distributing malware where you'd put your malware on USB drives and leave them around, and some unsuspected fool would pick up, oh, cool, I found a USB drive, plug it in their computer, and boom, malware. And this is actually kind of a new way of doing it, where you use an AirTag and you set up the AirTag with a script. What happens when you find an AirTag, it's supposed to go to found.apple.com, but you can put some information in there with the phone number, a way to reach out to somebody, and you can utilize that information to instead pop up a website on a phishing site instead. And so what happened is, because you're not sanitizing the input. In other words, what this means is if you're doing a web form and you fill in the information, sanitizing the web form means you're going to make sure that the only information in that field is information that should be in that field. Well, this allowed anybody to put whatever they wanted in there, including pop-ups to malicious websites. And so now people could literally go in, load up these Airtags with malicious sites, and just literally scatter them all over the place. And then the Good Samaritan would come by, load it up. They would get a prompt which looks as though it's a legitimate Apple thing. And then, boom, you get malware installed on your device. So Apple, whoopsies, forgetting some things, but it ends up becoming a giant privacy nightmare where information could be stolen. And now we have a couple of Amazon things. Of course, Amazon has Skynet now. That's Sidewalk, but definitely watch Rob Braxman's video on Skynet and when this was turned on. Basically, it means that all of these Alexa devices up to half-mile radiuses apart can all interconnect together within their own mesh and share their own networking and data, constantly feeding information to the Amazon mothership. Well, now we need to have more camera devices in here. So Amazon has now 2 new options for putting more cameras, not just on the Ring doorbells outside of our house. Now we have mobile cameras inside of our house too. Isn't that so glorious? So this is little Astro. Oh, isn't it so cute? It's so cute. I think I want to, never mind. That could get you banned. But Astro is basically an Alexa on wheels that can mobily roll itself around the house. So I can just picture you just sitting there doing something and then, you know, and then it's just sitting there listening, watching, mapping out your house, sending all sorts of data up to the mothership. And then you can be like, hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm order. And there you have it, guys. So you can see this little guy in the background is his docking station there. So he can go and he can have like about 2 hours or so freewheeling around the house before he has to go and charge himself. And he does that all himself. And of course, he's this ready Amazon Alexa device. He can come and he can bring you information from wherever. And he's got cameras to see what's going on. Isn't that just so glorious? I think these things are like $1,000. So it's literally, it's like, yeah, that's all we need. We need a autonomous camera for Amazon feeding all of your data back up to them. Let's run around. Now, the good news is it is actually built on Linux. What is these little cup holders? I mean, come on. Probably not, but yeah, I just think we don't need this type of stuff, guys. We don't need this. Look at this. Oh, guys, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Someone kill it. Kill it before it goes mad. It's it's after us all. They'll kill us all. They'll kill us all. But this is the little motorized little cutesy little guy roaming around your house, getting all your cameras, feeding your stuff back. Well, if that wasn't enough, the Amazon indoor camera drone is now ready to fly around your house. So this guy here, he's got his docking station, and he'll just like get up and fly around. And he just fly around. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so amazing. I can be out and about, and I can get some drone footage inside of my house. Yeah, no. This is just creepy. Of course, feeding data back up to the mothership. So if the cutesy little, we got the outside mesh networks, then we got the inside cutesy little robots that seem to go mad, and then we got the drones flying around with cameras, mapping out anything and everything in our house, spying on whatever we're doing. Got the Bezoses back there, sitting there watching. Oh, go my pretties. Go my pretties. So, yeah, this is just getting frightening. We don't need this crap in our house, guys. We don't. Now, if all that's not bad enough, nothing justifies what Ikea were doing. Well, Ikea inside the warehouses, they had cameras hidden in the ceiling above the warehouse toilets for health and safety, of course. And it wasn't like one or two. It was a lot of them all over the place. That's right. Ikea would literally had cameras in the toilets. I mean, literally. So they've removed hidden security cameras from its warehouse in Peterborough, England, after employees spotted one in a ceiling void while using the toilet. So what happened is he's back there doing his business. He's got his phone going on, and the power goes out. And he's just like looking around, and beep, there's a little light up there. Beep, beep. He's like, what's going on? So he stands up there and looks. There's a camera watching him on the toilet. And so discovery made last week when the lights were switched off. A member of the staff spotted what appeared to be a red light between the panels of the suspended ceiling. When investigating, they found a hidden camera. They looked further, found a number of other cameras above both men's and ladies' toilets. They were not wireless cameras. There's a whole network of cables up there. Ikea admitted they had been in place since 2015. The company did not say when they were last used. I'll tell you when they were last used. Last night. I'm telling you. Wow. While some reports have suggested a link between the cameras and the vicinity of the toilets, Ikea claims they are placed for another purpose. Yeah, they're placed for another purpose. Excuse me, hold that. Wow. In a statement, a spokesperson for Ikea told the Register Peterborough Distribution Center has a large warehouse facility where forklift trucks and HGVs were in regular operation. In support of our health and safety policy, we have a drugs testing policy in place as per industry standards. Installation of the cameras in 2015 were to detect alleged activity that could have resulted in serious injury to coworkers and maintain high levels of safety on site. What's going on in the toilets that you need to check on them? Wowzers. Cameras were only ever intended to film activity in the roof space or corridors, while putting them above the toilets is a funny place of showing that. It's now confirmed that all cameras have been removed and it is carrying out an investigation into the matter. Staff now reportedly considered legal action. A spokesperson for the Information Commissioner's Office said the body had not yet received a complaint on the matter. Basically, it boils down to this. You can't, there are very rare places where you are allowed to put CCTV inside of bathrooms, but everyone has to be completely aware of it, and it has to be something that is a very high risk situation. The only thing I can think about is bathroom, cameras just showing the door, who's coming in, who's going out in a daycare center to make sure there's no people going. I don't even know about that. If you don't trust your daycare to take care of your children, maybe they shouldn't be there. But basically they said in areas where people expect high level of privacy, such as changing rooms or toilet areas, CCTV should only be used in the most exceptional circumstances where it is necessary to deal with very serious concerns. In these cases, organizations must inform people when a CCTV is in operation and that appropriate restrictions on viewing and disclosing images are in place. It does turn out that somebody in upper management in Ikea was distributing some interesting photographs that came up questionable as to where in the world they came from. So there we have it, guys. Nothing justifies this. I stand by my thoughts. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have affiliates. Today we are highlighting ProWritingAid, tlm.li/PWA. That will get you 20% off the yearly subscription or the lifetime subscription. This is a very privacy-focused grammar checker. It is like Grammarly, only they have never cared about what you type in there, whereas Grammarly has in its past logged it. But you can check that out if you are in need of a Grammarly type approach. This one, in my opinion, is much better. And hey, it works for LibreOffice as well. tlm.li/PWA. Now let's go to security. So first up in security, new grift-horse malware has infected more than 10 million Android phones all around the world. Pretty much everywhere Android phones are, it would appear. So this is I gotta remember this one. This is it's just another Trojan that got into a variety of Google apps, something like 200 different apps that ended up on the Google Play Store. And what this one does is it will just basically give you pop-ups to premium services all over the place. Boom, continue, go on, yeah, all these basic things. Apps on the home screen, apps on the middle of apps, just all over the place. They have a variety of different things. They have tools, puzzle, communication, dating, lifestyle, finance, racing, entertainment. Basically, 200 different apps. So just once again, minimize the amount of apps that you're downloading on your devices, and you will be better protected. And hey, I would trust F-Droid before I would trust the Google Play Store. It's not actually all that secure. Google Play Store, I mean. Well, there is a new Apple Pay Flaw that allows hackers to steal money from your locked iPhone. I wonder if you happen to be also, this is the same methodology used to store ID cards and things like that. I'm wondering if people could access credentials like that. But what this has to do with is there is a setting that you can turn on called Express Transit on your phone, which will not require you to unlock the phone in order to use it. The idea is to make it a lot easier going into, for example, transit stations where you just go by with the phone, just scan the phone over top of the thing, and not have to worry about unlocking it in order to pay or utilize that service. Well, that particular item has a vulnerability for it, which basically makes it very easy for anybody to steal your credit card information, just getting right near you with very cheap equipment that you can get online in an afternoon's worth of work and grabbing that kind of stuff. So this is why I don't like contactless payments at all on anything. I fight banks that try to give me cards with that. Actually, fortunately, now I just got a Ridge wallet, and so that is an RFID protection in that device there. So my cards should be protected in the event I get contactless ones down the road. But these are things that you have to keep in mind is when you're utilizing these things, anything designed to make your life more fast and easy and convenient also is a way for other people to get in there and breach it. So be careful, particularly if you're turning on this Express Transit option on your iPhone, or just better yet, don't use your phone for payment options. And now we have one more. It's the Bloodystealer. The Bloodystealers are, and it's cutting for games. So this is basically it's a malware as a service company. So with malware as a service, they're coming in and they're basically purchasing the service in order to spam phish you to try and get your credentials to a variety of different gaming platforms. They're searching out Bethesda, Epic Games, GOG, Origin, Steam, Telegram, and VimWorld client sessions. And basically, it's been seen mostly in Europe right now. I have not seen the cases here in the United States as of yet, but it is, according to them, although Bloodystealer is relatively new, it's already globetrotting. According to our data, malwares hit users in Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific region. Not surprising given it's a malware as a service distribution model, meaning anyone can buy it and the price is quite low, about $10 per month or $40 for a lifetime license. The idea here is to get you out there and phish you for your gaming passwords, phish you for anything else dealing with gaming, payment gamings, and then they'll turn around and sell those credentials on the black market for a variety of different things. So be careful of that. The basic protections apply, stronger passwords, 2FA, all those types of things. So with that, you can help support the channel over on Subscribestar, subscribestar.com/switched-to-Linux. Well, I'll put the links over there for joining in on the supporters stream and other things that we might have down the road. So with that, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching this video from SwitchedToLinux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.